You're watching the NMR Podcast Network.
Craig Smith in the middle of the ice. Look at him sucking that cough.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the NMR Sports Podcast. And you may be wondering, where is everybody? Well, I think this might be the first episode in history of this show where it's just Biggie, where it's just me. So we may have some people join. We don't know, but it might happen. I don't know. But we are here because I want to make an episode right before bowl game season starts. Well, bowl games in general. So yes, bowl games do start Friday, the 17th of December, starting it off with the Bahamas Bowl. And what we're going to do in this episode is we are going to talk about the bowls. I'm going to do my predictions. And if anybody comes on, they can join me. So let's get things started here. Let me pull everything up and we'll be good to go. All right, well, we're back, so let's get it going. All right, so first we start off with the Bahamas Bowl between Middle Tennessee and Toledo. This matchup is a pretty decent matchup. I like it, but I think Toledo should be able to beat Middle Tennessee in this matchup. And these are both on Friday, by the way, guys. All right, so Friday the 17th as well, we have the Cure Bowl between Northern Illinois and Coastal Carolina. I have Coastal Carolina winning this one. We're going to get kind of these smaller bowls out of the way because there's not much to talk about. We're just going to do a pick, and that's about it. All right, next we have the Baccarat Bowl between Western Kentucky and Appalachian State. I'm taking Western Kentucky in an upset on this one. All right, next we have the Celebration Bowl between South Carolina State and Jackson State University. I'm taking Jackson State. The New Mexico Bowl on Saturday. These are on Saturday now between Fresno State and UTEP. I'm taking Fresno State on that one. Next, we have the Independence Bowl between BYU and UAB. I'm taking BYU in this one. They are ranked 13th in the country as well. Next on Saturday as well, there's a lot on Saturday the 18th. We have the Lending Tree Bowl between Liberty and Eastern Michigan. I'm taking Liberty. I've seen Liberty play when they played Syracuse. They're a good football team. Syracuse did beat them, but they are still a good football team for sure. All right. Next, we have Utah State and Oregon State in the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl. I'm taking Utah State in this one. Oh, sorry, guys. Excuse-moi. All right, next we have the New Orleans Bowl between Louisiana and Marshall. I'm taking Louisiana. They're ranked 23 in the country. All right, now we move on to Monday, the 20th of December. We have Tulsa and Old Dominion in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. I'm taking Tulsa in that one. Next, Tuesday, the 21st, we have the famous Idaho Potato Bowl between Kent State and Wyoming. This is a pretty close matchup, but I'm taking Kent State in this one. Next, we have the Frisco Bowl between UTSA and San Diego State, who is ranked 24th in the country. Now, I have UTSA winning this bowl. I think they can beat them, even though San Diego State is ranked. UTSA almost went undefeated. They're a good football team. I'm picking them. That's kind of an upset pick for me. All right, next we have the Armed Forces Bowl between Army and Missouri. I'm taking Army in that one. Next, we have the Frisco Football Classic between North Texas and Miami of Ohio. I'm taking North Texas in that one. All right, next we have a pretty intriguing matchup here in the Gasparilla Bowl between UCF and Florida. Florida was a good team at the beginning. Dan Mullen, they fired and all that. A lot of things happened. This college football sort of regular season, like off season almost, kind of like bowl game time. It's been crazy. Firings, transfers, coaches going places. It's crazy. There's a lot going on. All right, next we have the Hawaii Bowl between Memphis and Hawaii. I'm taking Memphis. Hawaii has been kind of down this year. They did get in this bowl game with a 6-7 record, which I don't know how that works. Maybe they just had an extra game, or I don't know. Or they had maybe the conference championship. I have no idea. Next we have the Camellia Bowl between Georgia State and Ball State. I'm taking Georgia State on this one. This one's on Christmas Day. All right, next we have the Quick Lane Bowl between Western Michigan and Nevada. I'm taking Nevada. Western Michigan, the only thing I know them for is beating Pitt, and I'm very happy about that. Boom. All right. Next, we have the Military Bowl between BC and ECU. I'm taking BC. It's a close matchup, but I'm taking BC. All right. Next, we have the Birmingham Bowl between number 20 Houston and Auburn. I'm taking Houston. Auburn just had a big midseason downfall, and Bo Nix is transferring. Just a lot going on with Auburn. I don't think they pull this one out. All right, next we have the First Responder Bowl between Air Force and Louisville. Louisville's decent, but I think Air Force beats them. Next we have the Liberty Bowl between Mississippi State and Texas Tech. I'm taking Mississippi State. Next we have the Holiday Bowl between number 18 NC State and UCLA. I'm taking NC State. I've seen them play Syracuse. They're a good football team, one of the better teams in the ACC by far. All right, next we have the Guaranteed Rate Bowl between Minnesota and West Virginia. I'm taking Minnesota on this one. West Virginia has been bad this year. Next, we have the Fenway Bowl between SMU and Virginia. I'm taking SMU a lot. Virginia wasn't that good this year. I don't think they can win a bowl game. Next, we have the Pinstripe Bowl between Virginia Tech and Maryland. I'm taking Virginia Tech. This is a tight. This is going to be a tight game, I think. Virginia Tech is okay. So is Maryland. Both those teams are mediocre, 6-6, and they're in the Pinstripe Bowl. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to take Virginia Tech though. I think they're the better team. All right, next we have the Cheez-It Bowl between number 19 Clemson. You don't see that. Clemson in a non-New Year's Six bowl, and Iowa State. I still think Clemson could beat them. Clemson was really down this year, but I think they can still win. All right, next we have the Alamo Bowl between Oregon, number 14, and Oklahoma, number 16. I'm taking Oregon. I like Oregon. They are a good football team. Oklahoma, Lincoln Riley leaving. I just think it's not going to work. I like Oregon in this game, even though they are kind of an underdog here. Yeah. All right, next we have Duke's Mayo Bowl between South Carolina and UNC. I'm taking South Carolina. Kind of an underdog pick here as well, but I'm taking South Carolina, the Gamecocks. All right, next we have the Music City Bowl between Tennessee and Purdue. I'm taking Tennessee in that one. All right, now we get into the big games here. We have the Peach Bowl between number 12 Pitt and number 10 Michigan State. Pitt just won the ACC, which I was very shocked about. Pitt had a really good year, as much as I don't like them being a Syracuse fan. Excuse me again. They had a good year. Michigan State started off really hot. They did finish 10-2, but they kind of had a few moments where they kind of just, lost it. And but I still see Michigan State beating Pitt, though. I see that happening still here in the Peach Bowl. All right, next we have a non-New Year's Six Bowl, the Las Vegas Bowl between Wisconsin and Arizona State. I'm taking Wisconsin. ASU hasn't been that good. Wisconsin's been decent. I'm taking them. All right, next we have the Gator Bowl between Wake Forest and Texas A&M. This is both top 25 teams. A&M's 25 and Wake is 17. I'm taking A&M. Wake started off really hot. I saw them play live in Syracuse. Syracuse almost beat them. They lost in overtime. But I'm taking A&M. Wake Forest went downhill after an 8-0, I think 7 or 8-0 start. All right, next we have the Sun Bowl between Miami and Washington State. I'm taking Miami in that one. All right, next we have the Arizona Bowl between Boise State and Central Michigan. I'm taking Boise State. Boise State's always a good football program. I think they can win that. All right, now we get into some more of the big games. We have the Cotton Bowl between number 1 Alabama and number 4 Cincinnati. So these are the ones I'm going to go into more detail about because they're the big games, college football playoffs. These are the big ones. These are the big dogs here. All right, so this is New Year's Eve. Cincinnati, I really like Cincinnati. I do. It was nice to see them go undefeated and make it into the playoffs over freaking Notre Dame. I was very not happy to see that. Sorry, Notre Dame fans. I hate you guys. Not the fans, the team. But Bama, I thought they weren't going to make the playoffs this year. At the beginning of the year, I thought it wasn't going to happen, but they did, and they pulled through, and they got number 1. I personally think Michigan should have got number 1 after that Big Ten championship game. That was insane. I know it was Iowa who started off really well and just fell off, but still, I think Michigan should have got that number 1 spot in the college football playoffs. I personally think so. Now, Bama did beat Georgia, who was previously undefeated. I'll give them that, but I don't know. I think Michigan is hot right now, and I think that this is a good opportunity for them. But anyway, let's get back to the Cotton Bowl here. I think Alabama beats Cincinnati. I'd be very shocked if Cincinnati pulls away with a win. Alabama is just the recruits, everything. Nick Saban, you can't compete with that. As much as I thought they shouldn't have got I think they should have got number 2. I think it should have went Michigan, Bama flipped, and then Georgia, Cincinnati still 3rd and 4th. But I think Bama still goes over Cincinnati. All right, next we have the Orange Bowl, the other half of the college football playoffs. We have Michigan, number 2, and number 3, Georgia. Georgia they were the best team in college football until they got beat by Bama. But this one, I think Michigan pulls out. Like I was talking about when I was complaining about the rankings. Michigan is hot now. They had a huge win over Ohio State. They blew out Iowa in the Big Ten championship game. I think Michigan beats Georgia in this game. I absolutely think so. Georgia, they were undefeated. They lost to Bama. I think it's the end of the road for them. And Michigan wins big, I think. I'm calling it right now. Big. All right, so my championship matchup is Bama and Michigan. All right, now let's get back to some other bowl games. We have the Outback Bowl between Penn State and number 21 Arkansas. I'm picking Penn State. Listen, Arkansas is ranked. I'm a Penn State. I live in Pennsylvania, so I do support Penn State. I do like them, and I think they can pull this one out. I do. It's a tough opponent, but I think they can do it. They've done it before. All right, next we have the Fiesta Bowl, New Year's Six Bowl. Oklahoma State, number 9, who had a huge win right before the conference championship games, and Notre Dame. Notre Dame, Brian Kelly leaving, brand new head coach, their defensive coordinator. Oklahoma State coming off a pretty big win, a couple big wins, and I think Oklahoma State beats Notre Dame. It's going to be a tight game, but I think Oklahoma State comes out on top. All right, next we have the Citrus Bowl between number 15 Iowa and 22 Kentucky. Iowa, I think they're done. Listen, after that Big Ten championship game and just the way they finished out, I think Kentucky can go in there and beat them. Kentucky's been pretty good. All right, next we have the Rose Bowl, which is another big game. We have number 6 Ohio State and number 11 Utah. I think Ohio State wins this one pretty easily. Ohio State, even though, they're usually in the college football playoffs and everything, they kind of a down year. I still think they can win this one. I still think they're a very good program. It recruits everything. And then next we have the Sugar Bowl between number 7 Baylor and number 8 Ole Miss. I'm taking Baylor. This is going to be a tight one as well, but I think Baylor pulls out in this one. All right, next we have the Texas Bowl between Kansas State and LSU. I think LSU wins this one. Now, I did originally pick Kansas State, but I'm going to change that pick to LSU. Yes, you can see here, I have the ESPN thing. I had Kansas State, but I am changing my pick. I'm giving it to LSU. Go Tigers. All right, next, we have the College Football Championship here. We're going to talk about it. So, my prediction is that Alabama and Michigan are going to be in the championship. I think that's what's going to happen. And I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair, but I think Michigan this year, they win the College Football National Championship. Yes, I am saying that. As much as I don't really like Michigan that much, I do like them now a little bit. They've been hot. They've been a fun team to watch. They've been a fun team to follow up on a little too. I think Michigan, they win the College Football National Championship. And it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I think they win it. I'm going to give a final score prediction here on the show right now. 35-21, Michigan wins the College Football National Championship. There it is right there. Okay, so we just had an episode with just me. That's crazy. That never happens on here. And we did it. I am here. So I just want to take this last couple minutes to kind of just talk about everything with this channel and the show. I love doing this, but it's coming to a point where, it's a little bit much. And I'm trying to focus on things, and it's just not, working out with this show and just the channel in general. So sorry there hasn't been that many videos here on the Teejay2400 Productions channel. But with that, I'm going to announce here that the NMR Sports Podcast will be taking a break for the holidays until Wednesday, January 5th. So there won't be a new episode next week or the week after on the 22nd or 29th. There will be a new episode January 5th. We're going to be taking a holiday break. I need it. And I think our cast members do as well. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the NMR Sports Podcast. I appreciate all the fans, and it was just me. I did it. I'm here. And have a wonderful Christmas and a happy new year. Enjoy the holidays, and we'll see you guys January 5th.